Hi my dear children, welcome back to English class. I am Sabida Joseph, your English teacher. Children, I hope you all are following the textbook lesson number 5, Karim's Forest. Today we will discuss grammar session, that is phrases and clauses from your textbook page number 58 and 59. Okay, before that children, what is a sentence? Sentence is the basic grammatical unit. It contains group of words and sentence include a subject and predicate. What is subject? Subject is the person who is doing the action. Okay, then what is predicate? Predicate include what the subject does or what the subject is. For example, John writes good poems. Here John is the subject, right? He is doing the action. What is doing? Yes, he writes good poems. So John is the subject and after that comes the predicate. Okay. Another example, the girl is learning how to drive. Here what is the subject? Yes, the subject is the girl. Then the predicate is learning how to drive. So first part is the subject, then comes the predicate. So a sentence include a subject and predicate. Okay. And what is the basic grammatical pattern in English? Yes, it is subject, verb and object. That we know. Okay. So first let us discuss the phrases and clauses. Okay. So children, we discussed a sentence include a subject and predicate. It gives a meaning. Phrases and clauses are also part of a sentence. Let's see what's the difference between clauses and phrases. So the first one is phrase. Okay, phrase is group of words. See children, phrase is group of words. No subject verb combination. In phrase, there will be no subject and verb. Okay. Next one, no meaning if used alone. If we use this phrase alone, there will be no complete meaning. See the examples on the table. Can you see any subject here? Like she, he, they. No, there is no subject or verb in this phrase. This here also it is group of words, but there is no subject or verb. So this is phrase. Another one, a successful businessman. Is there is any subject? No. Is there is any verb? No. Okay. So this is also another phrase. So children, phrase is also group of words and it is a part of a sentence. It does not have a subject in it. Okay, so that is phrase. So children, phrase is also group of words and it is a part of a sentence and it does not have a subject or verb. Now let's see clause. Okay, clause is also part of a sentence. It is group of words. Just like phrase, clause is also group of words. But subject and verb combination will be there in clause. But in phrase, there is no subject. In clause, there will be subject and verb. Next one, complete meaning by itself. Okay, a clause can give the complete meaning. Here, no meaning if it used alone. If we use phrase alone, there will be no meaning. But here there will be a meaning. For example, they have done the job. Can you see any subject? Yes, they. They is the subject. They. Subject is the person doing the action. Here they is the subject. So if subject is there, that is clause. Okay. They have done the job. Here we can see the verb done. Done is the verb in this clause. Okay, next one. I hate to drink coffee. I hate to drink coffee. Here, what is the subject here? Yes, I hate to drink. Drink is the verb. Coffee. Okay, children. So, here, clause, there will be subject and verb will come together in a clause. First part is the subject and the next part is the predicate that we already discussed, right? Like that, there will be subject and rest of the subject, it is the predicate. Okay. So what is the difference between phrase and clause? Yes, there is a similarity that both of them are group of words. But in phrase, we do not use subject and verb in the phrase. For example, on the table there is no subject and verb. But in clause, we use the subject and verb together. For example, they have done the job. Another difference is phrase do not give a meaning, but clause gives a meaning. So that is the difference between phrase and clause, but both of them are part of a sentence. Okay, now let's see some other examples for phrase and clause. Okay, there are some phrases and clauses on the board. So first let's read the phrases. Did you see the cat outside the house? Here, the underlined words outside the house, it doesn't give a complete meaning and there is no subject in this line. Okay, so this is a phrase. Next one, he went on to become a successful businessman. So in this sentence, these words are phrase because there is no complete meaning in this line. Okay, successful businessman. There is no complete meaning and there is no subject or verb. Okay. Now let's see the example for clause. Before you go to bed, you have to finish your homework. In this sentence, you can see these underlined words. There is a subject, that is you. You have to finish. Finish is the verb. Okay. So there is subject and verb is there. So it is clause. Next one. Karim's love for nature remained even when he grew up. Here it is underlined. Here the underlined words we can see the subject he and the verb grew. Okay. So there we can see the subject and verb. Okay. So this one is clause. So children, in phrase, there will be no subject and verb come together, but in phrase, there will be subject and verb. Now let's do an activity. Match the groups of words in A to the suitable phrases in B. The first one is done for you. Eating too many sweets is bad for your health. Second one, the crowd dropped pebbles. What is the suitable phrase? Yes, into the pitcher. The crowd dropped pebbles into the pitcher. Third one, did you leave your books? What is the suitable phrase here? Yes, did you leave your books at home? So did is a question word. So the phrase will be ending with a question mark. Did you leave your books at home? Fourth one, Mita has been driving for 2 hours now. Mita has been driving for 2 hours now. In the right side box, we can see the phrases. There is no subject. In phrase, there is no subject-verb combination. Children, let's do one more activity. Before that, what is a phrase and what is a clause? Phrase is a group of words and it is a part of a sentence and it does not contain the subject and verb together. And what is clause? Clause is also a group of words. It is also part of a sentence. It contains subject and verb. It will have a subject and predicate with it. Okay, now let's do the activity. Here you have to say whether these are phrases or clauses. If it is phrase, we can mark it P. If it is clause, we can mark it as C. Okay, first one, was working. Was working. Is it phrase or clause? Yes, it is phrase. Why? Because there is no subject. Subject is not there. So it is phrase. So we can mark it as P. Next one. Sarita invited Lada. Is it phrase or clause? It is clause. Yes, because we can see the subject Sarita and we can see the verb invited. So if the subject and verb come together, it is clause. We can mark it as C. Next one. Tom likes the meat. Is it phrase or clause? It is also clause. Yes, we can see the subject Tom and the verb likes. Subject, predicate. Subject, predicate. So it is also clause. Okay, next one. After a very long walk. Is it phrase or clause? Is it? Yes, it is phrase because there is no subject. Okay, subject is not there in this word. So we can mark it as P. It is phrase. Next one. The boy travelled with his friend. The boy travelled with his friend. Is it phrase or clause? Yes, it is clause because we can see the subject, the boy, and the verb travel. So it is clause. If subject and verb come together, it is clause. Next one. The sports car. The sports car. Is there any subject or verb? No. So it is phrase. So we can mark it as P. Okay. Children, there is a textual exercise in page number 58. Say whether the underlined words are phrases or clauses. Do it by yourself. Answer keys will be given in the Google Classroom. In page number 58, we can see vocabulary session. Some words are given in boxes. Complete these sentences with the given words. Okay, the first one is done for you. The farmers use fertile land to grow crops. Second one, on Earth Day, students planted dash on the nearby field. What is the right word? Yes, it is saplings. What is saplings? Sapling is young plants. So on Earth Day, students planted saplings in the nearby field. Children, find out the next 3 questions answers by yourself. After doing the activity, check your answers in Google Classroom. Next activity is from page number 59, that is writing. Write a short paragraph about this picture by answering the questions on the next page. On page 59, you can see an image. Next page, page number 60, you can see 4 questions. So you have to answer that 4 questions and make paragraph. Children, you learned how to write paragraph. Don't forget to give a heading. Okay. On page number 60, there is a project. Children, read all instructions by yourself and complete your project and file it with you. Children, I hope you all understood today's class. Today we discussed grammar, that is phrases and clause. We also discussed the vocabulary session and writing session, and we have a project to do. So children, follow the class and do the textual exercises and study well. Okay, so I hope you all understood this lesson, the Karim's forest. One person can bring huge changes in this world around him or her. It might seem that big changes happens when lot of people come together and work for it. But Karim's story shows that if one person is determined, he or she can make big changes or bring huge differences in this world. Being confident is very, very important. If we do not believe in ourselves, we will not be able to achieve anything in our life. So be confident and believe in your own abilities, and you can attain great changes in this world. Nature is a gift from God. If we get any gift from our friends, what we'll do? Yes, we'll keep it safe, isn't it? Just like that, we have to save and protect our nature. Okay, so children, I hope you all understood the message from this lesson. Love nature, protect nature. Children, be confident and study well. We'll meet another day. Until then, take care. God bless you and bye.